let's go ahead and get this out of the way. No, blogging is not dead. It's different, but not dead. So if you're trying to do what we would have done in 2018 and 2026, you're probably going to be a bit disappointed because the game has definitely changed. It just takes a bit more strategy, because the thing is, blogging is actually making a bit of a resurgence. It's kind of coming back, and people are going back to their blogs because they're tired of algorithms and, you know, social media platforms taking their pages and all this stuff. So I actually love that I see people kind of heading back to blogging. And so in today's video, I want to talk about some of the challenges though that we face in 2026, some of the things that have changed, and what I would do if I was starting in 2026 or actually recommitting to my blog if you have an old one that you kind of just need to dust off a bit. So let's get into that, because I have some interesting things to talk about when it comes to this. Okay, let's talk about what's different, and let's go with the obvious. The competition is so much higher because people have decided that they want to build their own personal platforms after being banned from social media, having accounts just taken away without any type of explanation, or they simply need a place to repurpose social media content. Blogging is making a resurgence, and so the competition is so much higher, and AI doesn't make it any easier, because AI gives people the ability to create posts and put them up on their site like within an hour, literally within an hour. So that AI content saturation is making it a bit harder to stand out in any given niche, because there is so much just AI slop thrown up on these websites. And so that is something that we have to think about as we're going into 2026 and we're putting out our content, especially if you're going to be depending on organic reach. If you're putting up blog posts and you're depending on SEO because you're trying to get that organic reach, you're going to have a better strategy, because first of all, SEO is moving so much slower because there is so much content to sort through. SEO is going to be a bit slower, which means organic reach is going to be down. So this is why you're going to have a better strategy in 2026. You can't do it how we were doing it back in the day. You got to kind of come up to 2026. And I want to talk about exactly what I would do if I was starting in 2026. I'm recommitting to my blog this year, and I'm going to be making some of these changes as well. Now, here's what I would do if I was starting over in 2026. I think that AI and the saturation of people starting blogs and being on social media and all that stuff is just making it a bit harder to rank when it comes to individual pieces of content. And so the first thing I would do is decide on what my area of expertise is. What do I want to be known for? Who am I? Why am I on the internet in the first place? Because when it comes to building out a blog, right, it is more now about authority, building out an authority brand, a personal brand, and being known for something. Once AI begins to recognize you and what you are known for, it will be easier for you to be established in this certain niche or to this certain audience, because now AI can recommend you. If you currently have a blog or you have a YouTube channel, you are seeing that a lot of my searches are coming from ChatGPT. I don't know what y'all are asking it, but it is recommending people to my content. And so if you want to build out a blog or a personal brand online these days, it's going to be essential that you're known for a thing. Because if someone goes in and says, can you point me to someone who does soul food recipes for people with high blood pressure or that want to eat keto, it's going to identify certain people that do that type of thing based on what they're putting on the internet. And your blog is not going to be the only source in which it pulls from to identify who you are. So you need to first decide who you want to be referred to. Who are you talking to? Why are you on the internet? And what should people know you for? Because this is going to be essential in establishing your SEO strategy and your AI type of strategy for it to refer people to you. I'll go a bit deeper into that later, but the first thing you need to do is to establish your expertise. Now, the next thing you need to do is obviously start the blog, okay? This is super simple to do. You want to make sure that it's a self-hosted WordPress website because you want to own your stuff. You already don't own social media, so you want to own your website. This is super simple to do to start a blog. I started with Bluehost. They're cheap. It was easy. I didn't have to, worry about some in-depth setup because it literally has a step-by-step walkthrough, an AI setup for you that you can do. You sign up. I'll put a link in my description if you want to check that out. There are much cheaper and much more expensive options out there. Choose whatever you like. You want to get it set up though. Then let me say this. The usual way to do a blog would be to set it up and go ahead and get started putting your content up on your website so that you can start to get traffic to those blog posts and people could come to your blog, and then eventually you would figure out how to monetize. I don't like that. I do not like that method. I would monetize from day one. It's too many people out here, okay, to be talking about, I'm gonna wait till I get 1,000. No, I would monetize from day one because listen, all it takes is one person. All it takes is one person for you to potentially make a couple of coins on their visit to your website. So why am I going to let all these people come to my site and not give them an opportunity to support me and help me make a little bit of coin? Why am I going to lose out on that opportunity? So I would be monetizing from day one. Now, how would I do that? The first thing you need in order to do that is early alignment to understand where you're trying to go with your blog or with your brand, because if you're starting a blog, you should be thinking brand, and so you gotta be aligned and know where you're trying to take it. Then I would make sure I'm creating content with monetization in mind. It's a no-brainer to me. If I am creating a blog post or a piece of content, I'm going to make sure that it is monetizable. Okay, I'm not creating for the sake of creating. I just would not do that. You can do whatever you like. However, I would monetize from day one. Now, if you decide to do that, obviously you need a clear monetization path. There are several ways you can do this. You can find an affiliate offer that you like and love, and you can go ahead and promote that. Say you have a flat iron that you like for your hair and it works really, really well, and you want to create a blog post about how to moisturize your 4C hair, how to, do a blowout at home. And then in these blog posts, you would simply promote the flat iron, right? It's a no-brainer. So that's super, super simple. There's other things that you can do too, but that's just the easiest way. I think affiliate marketing is the easiest pathway. But let me give you something else to think about. I truly believe that YouTube and Google are the Bonnie and Clyde of the internet. Don't argue with me. I truly do believe that. And so if I were starting a blog today, I would absolutely start a YouTube channel alongside it at the same time. Not wait. I'm not waiting until I have so many page views. I'm starting it today because as I'm building the blog, I'm also building the YouTube channel. As the YouTube channel grows, the blog grows because they do very well at recommending each other. They're like, okay, you watch this YouTube video, how about you check out this blog post? And they just do a really good job with SEO in helping you become that established authority when it comes to a certain topic. But not only that, on YouTube, there is monetization. All you need is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within the 12 months in order to make money from the ads that are appearing on your video. That takes no time to do at all. I did that in less than 90 days. I had a client do it in 63. I had one do it in just over 90. It's not that difficult at all. I do understand that a lot of people have a hard time with being monetized on YouTube because they just simply don't understand it, but it's super simple. I have a very proven framework that I use in order to help people get monetized on YouTube. And if you're interested in that, I will put the link to that down in the description below. It is my YouTube partner playbook. It helps you get monetized within 90 days on YouTube. It's a proven framework. I have used this with each and every client that I have worked with, and they're doing really well. Let me just say that. And even if they don't become YouTube partner within the first 90 days, they're definitely making a coin from that channel. Okay, so I would start a YouTube channel because it's a no-brainer. If you're not making money from the page views yet on your blog, you're definitely going to be making money from that YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel is also going to help and be a contributor to the page views on that blog. It's going to help you get the page views you're trying to get on that blog. So a YouTube channel would be a non-negotiable for me in the beginning, because YouTube channels help tremendously when it comes to topical authority and when it comes to being looked at as an authority in the online space in your specific niche or to a certain audience. So that would be a absolute no-brainer to me. You just have to do it. And so at that point, once you have started the blog and you've started the YouTube channel, now you have two assets that you're building simultaneously, literally with the same content. Because once you're doing your SEO research and you're trying to figure out what topics you're going to talk about on the blog, you're going to talk about those same things on YouTube, or vice versa, however it feels more comfortable for you to do it. So say I write a blog post, I'm going to take that blog post and now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record a video on the same thing. I'm going to embed that YouTube video into the blog post so that people can literally watch the YouTube video from my blog. And also in that YouTube video description, I'm going to point them back to the blog and make sure that I beef that blog up a little bit more so that it's a little bit more, you'll give them a reason to want to go over and look at the blog. And so YouTube is going to be helping you to feed your blog and get the page views up over there. And then eventually, you know, you can monetize the ads on your website as well. And then there's so many other ways that you can monetize when it comes to the blog and the YouTube channel. They just work together beautifully. But I wanted to say this, in 2026, the blogging game has changed. It is absolutely different. There is no such thing as let me build this blog by itself and do its own thing. You can do that. You can do that. But I just personally feel like most of us don't have the time or the dedication or the commitment or the patience to do that. Okay. Unless you're just, you know, really a laid back, kick it and enjoy the ride type of person, and you're not really trying to do all the other things. But I just think it's a missed opportunity if you're not, especially at least have a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But I think that instead of thinking, oh, I have a blog, you have to be thinking holistically when it comes to that blog and be thinking brand. I just think that's just what it is. If you want to be successful, if you want to make an impact, and if you want to make an income for sure when it comes to the blog, because doing the blog alone, it's going to take you a while. Okay, it's going to take you a while to get to where you need to be without other assets to go with that. So if you want to start a blog this year, don't hesitate to start a YouTube channel. Just don't. You should. However you decide to get there, because, you know, it's easy, but I do understand that people struggle with getting those channels monetized, but there's so many other ways to monetize a YouTube channel also. So that's what I think for 2026. This is an annual video that I do because I absolutely love blogs. It gave me my start, and it helped me to establish my online authority. Start a blog, start a YouTube channel, and watch this video right here while I break down exactly what you need to do in order to get that YouTube channel to where it needs to be to get you at least on your way to monetization.